Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome to race number 24 of the 2025 edition of the WRA Oreo Cup Series. Two more races left to go after today before we determine the 16 drivers that will battle in this season's chase for the championship at Auto Club and 8 Ball, as we're getting set for 40 laps of racing. Evan Barici on the pole position. It's been a difficult season for that 12 team. They come into this race 32nd in points. Still have a mathematical chance of making it into the playoffs, but would need a win and a lot of help to do so. Annie Crenshaw alongside. Crenshaw dropped the spot down to 6th in the points in this race. Daniel Witter in row number 2. Witter 14th in the points table, and Josh Harmon dropped a couple of spots. He's now back to that 30th position in the points cut line. A poor finish for him. He would fall outside the top 30 in the points, and his win would not count for a spot in the playoffs. Jackie Tang's in that same boat as well. As you look at the rest of the starting lineup, Kyler Anderson won the pole the last 2 weeks, starting at the rear of the field. Sean Art still the points leader by 14 points over Brooke Paquette, the rookie points lead, Shyla Askraov is third in the standings. Nathan Fryman fourth. Quinton Moore is fifth. Then it's Annie Crenshaw, K Wascher, Bradley Reim, Dylan Ebrahimian, and Kyler Anderson with his win, now 10th in the standings. Let's get these cars moving. Let's make sure nobody's got any issues getting off the grid. 42 cars showed up for the 42 starting positions, so that means nobody went home. And this should be a very interesting 40 laps of racing here at Hillside. Green flag's out. We're underway at Hillside. This is a 1 mile Bohemian track. That's like a super speedway as Barici leads the first lap. Daniel Witter and fellow Toyota Skylar Taylor, the two ladies, going to go by the 12. Fourteenth in the points for Daniel Witter. Skylar Taylor 16th in the points. Both girls have a win this season. Both are inside the top 30 in the points. And as long as they stay in the top 30 in the points, their wins will count for a spot into the playoffs. Skylar Taylor in the Air Jordan Toyota Camry SXE. She and Daniel Witter both looking for their second wins on the season. Skylar Taylor, another driver who needs if she gets a win, this would be her second on the season. Brooke Paquette in the 54, second in points. The gal that's trying to run down Sean Art for the points lead, they have not been to victory lane this season. As Senor Sean just join me in the VC chat. Brooke Paquette just led that lap. This is going to be one of those Daytona situations, but when we go to 8 Bowl in a couple of weeks. Lizette Armstrong running in last. That's not a good run for her, but trying to get some experience. Just because remember, there's only 42 drivers here for the 42 starting spots, so nobody had to go home. And for Lizette, she's just trying to learn all these tracks, getting her ready for the K&N All-American Series next season. That she'll drive the 8 car for Junior Motorsports in that series. 3 wide here. Brooke Paquette, Evan Barici, and Jared Johnson got stuck in the middle 3 wide. Skylar Taylor currently now the race leader. This is one of the drivers who is currently locked into the playoffs with a win earlier on this season. And she currently is trying to get herself situated. Barici in second right now. Evan Barici came in this race, as I said, 32nd in points. Still has a chance to get into the playoffs, but would need a win and get into the top 30 in the points to even have a mathematical shot of trying to get another Penske car into this season's chase for the championship. Can you imagine the points leader and second in points not making the playoffs? Jackie Tang running in 32nd. That's not good news for Jackie Tang. Remember, he's 29th in the points. He's right now in danger of possibly dropping outside the top 30 in the points to have his win not even count for a spot into the playoffs. Evan Barici wants to get into the playoffs. He's 32nd in points. He's desperate for a win. Samad Ozkan, he already has a win. He's in the playoffs. Jared Johnson does not. Jared Johnson, who's driving for SHR. That team is shutting down at the end of the season. Jesse Art running in 16th. Jesse will be moving over to Front Row Motorsports, that rebranded number 4 car in the Oreo Cup Series next season. She will be a chartered entry. Keep that in mind. Because remember, Stewart Haas Racing has sold one of their charters to Front Row Motorsports, to 2311 Racing, and to Trackhouse, if I remember correctly. At the halfway mark right now when we cross the line, 20 down, 20 to go. There's Ian Dutta running in the top 5. Ian Dutta, 27th in points. Another driver win for him would get him into the playoffs. Here comes Ozkan. Samad Ozkan, the only RFK Racing driver who's gone to victory lane this season. 17th in points. He's already in. A second win would give him another more playoff points going towards the reformatted playoff standings after these next 2 races at Auto Club and 8 Bowl. Keep this also in mind. If Josh Harmon falls outside the top 30 in the points, that could throw the championship scenario wide open. Oh, Ian Dunn is in trouble. The car just shot up the racetrack. Like Ian Dunna got turned, but apparently he saved it. That was wild. What a save by Ian Dunna. I thought he was about to get set in the wall by somebody, but apparently he got loose. And apparently he did a good job saving it. There's Jared Johnson. He'll be moving over to 2311 Racing next season. That 35, the 23 that's currently occupied by Matty Crenshaw. Matty Crenshaw's moving over to, not sure what Matty Crenshaw is doing next season. I believe she's moving over to Jared Johnson. I know is moving over to 2311 Racing. Samad Ozkan led that lap. Skylar Taylor going to take the lead. Ozkan and Taylor, the only two drivers that have a win this season, whereas Marici and Jared Johnson does not. And Ozkan to the race lead. Here comes Jared Johnson. Would like a win to get into the playoffs. Same with Marici. Same with Annika Ritchie in the 31. Annika Ritchie will be back with Colleague Racing, but that number will be rebranded from 31 to 10 next season. What a crazy event we're having here in these last couple of races towards the end of the regular season. Morgan Henderson having a good run. Sean Art, 26. Remember, he came in this race as the points leader. The gal that was trying to run him down for the points lead, Brooke Paquette, where is she? The 54. Reggie Vogelman is 5 laps down for some reason. Something has happened to Reggie Vogelman. There he is. Annie Thomas, Desiree Voiles, the two go-or-go homers, not the runs they were hoping for. But where's the 54 of Brooke Paquette? 22nd. She came as race second in points. Oh boy. Jackie Tang in 37th. The good news for Sean and Brooke is that Jackie Tang, if he falls outside the top 30 in points, that's going to be a big relief for those two. Where's Josh Harmon? 8th. He has to stay in the top 30 in the points. Jackie Tang's in danger of missing the playoffs and falling outside the top 30 in the points. Oh, if Jared Johnson pulls off this win, that would be a magical win for the Sunny D Ford Mustang Dark Horse. They don't have any traffic up ahead. Five to go. Jared Johnson trying to get his first career Oreo Cup Series win. I have no clue the last time Annika Ritchie's been to victory lane. Skylar Taylor has a win this season. A second win for Skylar Taylor would solidify herself a spot in the playoffs, regardless what happens the last two races. Annika Ritchie, I have no clue when's the last time she went to victory lane. Evan Marici has not been to victory lane. Bradley Reim has not been to victory lane. 3 laps to go here at Hillside. Where is Bradley Reim? There he is in the Dollar General Toyota SXE. Legacy Motor Club has not been struggling this season. Well, actually, other than Zachary Fitzwater. Bradley Reim is, believe it or not, top 10 in the points. As we're coming to the white flag. Annika Ritchie looking the inside. Skylar Taylor would have won the race if that was the last lap. But Annika Ritchie in the 31 gets around Skylar Taylor. Remember, Skylar Taylor doesn't matter if she wins this race or not, but here she comes. It's going to be a side-by-side. Annika Ritchie, Skylar Taylor. Who's it going to be? Annika Ritchie. It's Annika Ritchie giving Colleague Racing their first Oreo Cup Series win. And Annika Ritchie will definitely be in the top 30 in the points. Will she stay in the top 30 in the points to have this win count for a spot in the Oreo Cup Series chase for the championship? Holy Toledo, Ohio. You couldn't have asked for a great race. Skylar Taylor came up 3/1000 short, but she still gets a good run in second. Evan Marici third. Bradley Reim gets fourth. Jared Johnson fifth. Summit Ozkan, Ian Dutta, Daniel Witter, Morgan Henderson, and Callie Springer. Didn't talk much about Callie Springer completing the top 10. Great run for them. Josh Harmon, that's definitely what he needed. 11th to get him away from 30th in the position points cut line because he was in that critical 30th position in the points to begin with. Annie Crenshaw, William Ayers, Chase Brooks, and Kyler Anderson, after winning the last two races, will finish in 15th. But still, this is good momentum for him going into the playoffs. Look on down through the rest of the finishing results. This is where I really start getting worried about it, which is not good. Sean Art, 25th. He was the points leader coming into this race. Brooke Paquette finished in 19th. She came as race second in points and the rookie points lead. Somehow, some way, Sean Art is going to keep the points lead. Somehow. It's like Sean Art has got the biggest lucky charm he's ever gotten in his life. Cody Smart, not a good run for him in 29th. Jackie Tang finished 37th. That will definitely take him out of the top 30 in the points, believe it or not. Annie Thomas, last car in the lead lap, finished in 41st, and Reggie Fogelman, not entirely sure what happened to his car. He ended up 5 laps down in 42nd, but all 42 drivers did finish the race. But Marinelli Dillon, I'm starting to get concerned about her because she's getting closer and closer to that 30th position in the points cut line. But nevertheless, what a race here at Hillside for this race here in the Oreo Cup Series. Hope you guys enjoyed today's race from Hillside. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the World Racing Association crew today. We showed your full finish results. Your point standings are down in the description. Keep an eye on that battle of who is above 30th place in the points cut line and who is below 30th in the points cut line, because I can tell you Jackie Tang is pulling a Cody Smart from season 1 and quote-unquote choking at the worst possible time. So I hope Jackie Tang can get a good run next week, or he could find himself heading into April in a must-win situation. Until then, I've been D Ebrahimian signing off. We'll see you guys next time. From Auto Club Speedways, you've been watching another broadcast of the World Racing Association, the greatest racing since 2013. So long from Hillside.